Quite a difficult new IELTS speaking topic is collecting things. So in this video, we're going to look at that topic. We're going to answer 2 questions. Do you collect things? And are there any things you've kept from childhood? And I'm going to show you how to get a perfect Band 9 answer to really amaze the examiner. So if that sounds good, let's get started. I'm Francis from Last Minute English. I used to be an IELTS examiner, and on this channel, I help you to get a great score in your English exams, like IELTS and also Duolingo, and I help you reach advanced level English. So, if that sounds good, make sure to subscribe for more videos like this. So the topic we're looking at today is collecting things. It's a new topic, and I think it's quite difficult. It's another one that seems sort of easy, but actually is pretty difficult. So we're going to do 3 things. I'm going to give you some pieces of advice about how to give your best performance in this topic. We'll look at some great vocabulary to improve your vocabulary score, and then we'll look at the full answers. We'll read through them together, and I'll give you the chance to practice and improve your fluency and pronunciation scores. So first of all, 2 pieces of advice. The first one is something I often say, and that is use a mix of tenses. So if you just use the present simple tense and use sentences like I can go, I can play, I can watch, your final score is going to be quite low. It's much better to give variety in your grammar. For example, you'll see that I've used the present perfect tense quite a lot in my answers, so watch out for that. And secondly, don't be afraid to answer with no. So if they say, do you like collecting things? And really you don't, you can say, no, I don't like it. You don't have to pretend to agree with the answer. The examiner doesn't care if you agree or not. The examiner's just listening to your English. So if you say no, it can open up the question and give you the chance to take the answer in a more interesting direction, into a place where you know more vocabulary and you feel more comfortable. And again, we'll see that in my answers a little bit later. Next, let's talk about some high-level vocabulary. So we've got 3 types. The first type of vocabulary is idioms, and here we have 2. The first idiom that we're going to use, which is going to really boost our score, is rule of thumb. So a rule of thumb is kind of the rule or the law or the attitude that you usually follow in a particular situation. And that seems a little general. We'll see the example in my answer a little bit later. Okay, it'll all be clear. The second one is on the fence. On the fence. If you're on the fence about something, it's like you're not sitting in this field, you're not sitting in this field, you're in the middle. So you're not giving a strong opinion about something. Then next we can look at some colloquial language, more like natural English that native speakers use. The first word is clutter. So if there's lots of clutter, it means lots of either mess or just many things like in your house, and you feel like it's too much. It feels like the house is too crowded with too many things. That's clutter. Then the second word is stuffed away. If something is stuffed away, it means you take it and you don't want to keep it maybe out on the table or something like that. You put it in a drawer or in a cupboard, but it's not very organized. There's lots of other things in that drawer. We all have like drawers like that, right? Where we put all of the things that we don't know what to do with. So just, stuff it away in there. Then finally, we can use some very specific language. So the first one is scrapbook. So a scrapbook is when you get a big book and you cut things out from your life and you stick them into the book as a way of remembering them. That's a scrapbook. Next is minimalist. A minimalist is a person who doesn't like to have a lot of clutter in their house. They like to have just a few things in their house. Then finally, utilitarian. Utilitarian is an attitude where if things are useful, you keep them, and if they're not useful, you get rid of them. And now let's move on to look at the questions and the answers. So you can see the first question is, do you collect things? And we're going to answer this by saying no. And what you can see in the answer is there are two special types of words. The words that are in bold, like not really, those are words that we're going to stress. We're going to emphasize them. And that's because either they are very important for the meaning or they have a very strong feeling. Okay? Then the words that are underlined, those are the unimportant words. And we're going to say them very quickly. And this is going to help our fluency score. So let's read through. We'll practice a little. And then at the end, I'm going to read it again so that you have a chance to say it and practice your fluency. So, not really, no. Not really, no. I'm not much of a, so of a becomes of a, not much of a collector in general. Of a collector in general. To be honest, we don't say to be, we say to be honest. I'm fairly unemotional when it comes to physical objects. I'm fairly unemotional when it comes to physical objects. If it has a practical purpose, I keep it, and if not, and if becomes and if not, then I throw it away. I suppose I'm a minimalist, really, because I don't like clutter around the house. Those important words, high-level vocabulary. Now this is hard. You'll have to practice this. There are a few things I've kept for sentimental reasons, like a scrapbook from when I was 8. That's a hard one. From when I was becomes from when I was 8. 8 years old. From when I was 8. A scrapbook from when I was 8. But most of the stuff in my house is fairly utilitarian. Most of the stuff in my house is fairly utilitarian. Okay? So, let's read through. I will read each sentence, then I'll pause, I'll leave a space. You should stop the video and you should say it yourself. Okay? So, let's go. Not really, no. I'm not much of a collector in general. Your turn. Pause the video. Say that just as I said it. Try now. Good. Next one. To be honest, I'm fairly unemotional when it comes to physical objects. If it has a practical purpose, I keep it. And if not, then I throw it away. That's hard. Next. I suppose I'm a minimalist, really, because I don't like clutter around the house. Okay. There are a few things that I've kept for sentimental reasons, like a scrapbook from when I was 8. But most of the stuff in my house is fairly utilitarian. Okay, very good. So again, you can come back and watch this video as many times as you want. The more times you practice, the better your listening will be, and the better your pronunciation and your fluency will be. But now let's go to question 2. Are there any things you've kept from childhood? So let's read through this. So, yeah, as I just mentioned, now that's a good phrase, as I just mentioned. So that means that we're going to reference something that we said before. Here, it's the scrapbook. So this is good if you've answered a question and then the examiner asks another question that's kind of the same and you want to make the examiner know, okay, I just talked about this, right? So you could say, yeah, as I just mentioned, there's a scrapbook that me and my dad made when I was 8, when I was 8, which I've kept. I've also kept the ticket from the first football match I ever attended, but it's stuffed away in a drawer somewhere at the moment. So again, important words. I've kept the ticket from the first football match. Those are important for the meaning. But I don't like, so we're stressing don't and kind of like as well, but I don't like to keep too much stuff. My rule of thumb is usually, so there's rule of thumb, and we're going to see what the normal attitude is. My rule of thumb is usually, if I'm on the fence about keeping something, I'll get rid of it. So it means if I'm not sure if I should keep it or throw it away, then I throw it away. If I'm on the fence about keeping something, I'll get rid of it. That way, it sounds very natural if you say, that way, I only keep the things I really value and couldn't live without. That way, I only keep the things I really value and couldn't live without. So, there is our answer. And now we're going to read through again. So again, one sentence. Let's go. Yeah, as I just mentioned, there's a scrapbook that me and my dad made when I was 8, which I've kept. Good. I hope you're doing your homework here. I hope that you're actually pausing. Otherwise, it's just me sitting here going, and it's a waste of me sitting here. Anyway, I know you're doing it. I know you're a good student. Next, I've also kept the ticket from the first football match I ever attended, but it's stuffed away in a drawer somewhere at the moment. Your turn. Good. But I don't like to keep too much stuff. My rule of thumb is usually, if I'm on the fence about keeping something, I'll get rid of it. That way, I only keep the things I really value and couldn't live without. Okay, very good. Again, you can come back and you can practice as many times as you want. So those are our 2 Band 9 answers, and they're part of a special package that we have, which is our IELTS Speaking New Answer Package. And that has all of the questions from the latest season of IELTS Speaking and all of the answers that we've created similar to this. So they have Band 9 answers and loads of great vocabulary for you to learn. And that is available for free right now on our website, and the link is just down here. Now, if you found this video useful, if you enjoyed it, make sure to check out our IELTS preparation playlist. We've got loads more videos like this, and you should click subscribe down here so that you don't miss any of our future IELTS videos. I'm Francis from Last Minute English. Thank you very much for watching. Good luck in your IELTS exam, and I'll see you next time.